welcome to B4U. Here with me, Salil, and I see him rarely. But now that I've seen him so much in the last, say, 7-8 months, I'm so happy to say very beaming, smiling. You know, and I say this, you know, sometimes you come across people that are going through different phases in their life. I have a feeling Arbaaz Khan is going through perhaps the best phase of his life and glowing. So good to see you, buddy. You're looking about 5 years
You
younger.
said that last time also when I was promoting the movie.
Yeah, but you know, it's true. And it's not like you use too much makeup also. You know, so it's not like you're hiding much.
No, man, this is a natural glow.
And sitting next to him is a gentleman who I met 3 years ago. I met him for something else, which actually possibly was this as well. In one little cabin, a very, very passionate person giving a narration. And I'm so happy to see, you know, when I see directors with their films coming out and when they see light of day, I know the struggles that have gone into trying to reach here. So Sachin, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Salil.
But it is so true, you know, the struggles that people don't understand what is filmmaking.
Yeah.
They see a film on the day of release, they have formed their verdict in 4 lines on a WhatsApp or a Facebook. But the agony that the filmmaker goes through before he reaches that stage. Yeah. You know, Jack and Dil is out today and you come, it's heaving a sigh of relief also, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the struggle that you faced to try and, you know, in your mind to put a film together, then get a film out and be out there.
Yeah, basically it's a big struggle for each and everyone.
Yeah.
क्योंकि आप एक आइडिया लिखते हो, उसके ऊपर स्क्रिप्ट लिखते हो, फिर आप एक प्रोड्यूसर को ढूंढते हो, फिर प्रोड्यूसर के बाद एक एक्टर्स को ढूंढते हो, एक्टर्स की एक अलग जंग होती है, फिर उसको जो है आप कन्विंस करते हो, फिर उसको सारी चीज़ों को बजट में बिठाते हो, फिर आप उसको शूट करते हो, फिर एक दूसरी जंग शुरू हो जाती है जो है रिलीज़ की. क्योंकि फिर
अभी तो तीसरी है सर, प्रमोशन की भी जंग होती है.
प्रमोशन की भी जंग. तो इट्स अ वेरी बिग टास्क राइट नाउ. लेकिन चीज़ें बहुत आसान भी हो रही हैं क्योंकि डिजिटल मीडियम इतना हावी हो चुका है कि बहुत इजीली फिल्में पहुंच भी रही है लोगों के पास. अगर फिल्म आपकी जो है अच्छा बिजनेस कर ली थी तो उसको जो है सैटेलाइट डिजिटल वैल्यू एक अच्छा मिल जाता है. लोग टीवी पे भी फिल्म देखना प्रेफर करते हैं. सो इट्स स्ट्रगल तो हर चीज़ में है.
तुम्हारे बाल सफ़ेद हो गए.
हाँ.
पहले 3 साल पहले बाल सफ़ेद नहीं थे, ओनली क्रिकेटर्स के पहले होते थे, अब डायरेक्टर्स के भी हो रहे. बट इट हैज़ बिकम slightly easier in the last 1 year, I would say, with the advent of digital mediums like Netflix, Amazon. As a producer, you know, you have another outlet of earning some money. You know, you're not just dependent on, like, say, the box office. You yourself have been through all the boats. Would you say it's easier for a film now?
Not. It has got all its advantages of, you know, having a digital platform and all that, and that is the future.
Yeah.
And we've seen the growth in a very short period of time. I go back home and I'm like, you know, hooked onto some kind of series on either Amazon or Netflix and, you know, the digital platform. So it's wonderful. See, as of now, still the theaters and the conventional ways of releases are more predominantly what is existing. If you were to give it purely to a digital platform, then it gets compromised on those other releases. So sometimes you so the valuation game, if it comes later, is less. If you kind of put it as a premiere, it becomes more. So you have to take a call. Films that don't get a theatrical release can get absorbed by these digital platforms, and you could recover some amount of money because they could become digital films and all that stuff. So there are advantages.
But recently there was only one Love by Square Feet, Love per Square Feet that came out online, which didn't actually have a theatrical release. I don't think that everyone is still comfortable. Is it a bit like sync sound and about dubbing? You know, there was a time when nobody wanted to ever go into sync sound. They always wanted to do dubbing to sort it out later. Do you think it's a slight fear factor that can we actually have a film that purely is on a digital platform?
If it is made with that purpose, but you cannot make a film for theatrical release or probably from expecting revenue sources from other mediums and eventually say that, okay, fine, I'll give it in digital. You can, but you will not really recover the money. So when you're trying to make a movie for a digital platform, it has to be done in the parameters of what are the, you know, what are the budgets and the time frame and what is, all those aspects have to be taken into consideration. Digital films will get very big and they, you know, shows will get very big where you'll be able to make you know, big episodes like you see all those ones. See, we are going to follow Hollywood in time. See the kind of magnitude of those shows over there. They have not started out here, but Sacred Game was a very, very good one.
That is open. I think that is really, you know, we had met Saif recently. He was talking about his film Bazaar at that time. It's really opened the parameters for so many actors that were not A, wanted to do substandard work, and B, that was just waiting in the wings for something to come their way.
Yeah, it's good, and you know what? You know, like I said, directors, actors, writers are going to get absorbed in that medium, and it'll give them probably a regular source of income, because you tend to see a lot of series go into season 1, season 2, season 3. So the pressure.
America mein to 13, 14, 15
That's
season
exactly. Now they don't end up doing anything else but that. And if you really make a successful show, whether as a director, as an actor, as a producer, you know that, okay, fine, I don't have to keep churning out new content. Of course, you have to churn out new content in the shows that you do, but you know, okay, this format has worked, or these characters have worked. Now I have to just write for those characters and, you know, get my audience loyalty every time. So in a way, it's a good thing, you know. It's like, say for instance, Coca-Cola, one formula was made maybe 100 years back. That same formula is working. They're just making money, Coke or Pepsi or whatever. So franchisees is one of those. You know, it's like any of those brands that is there, whether it's any big.
As actors, you'll be really happy because you have multiple options. Is that allowing you to choose better films also? Because you can say no a little bit easier.
See, depends on, as in if you get a part of a television series.
Of a you know, an online show as well as a film, you know.
Yeah, so it depends on your commitments and depends on your contracts. See, because sometimes your contracts could maybe restrict you to do only that one show for which you might get a certain amount of money, not wanting you to get out there. So it all depends on how flexible the contract is, how much you want to be a part of only one show, maybe multiple shows. It's all very.
Are you keen on going the film world and maybe?
You don't need to. You can, like I said, I just told you that it's not as though, okay, if you jump onto the digital bandwagon or the platform, you have to compromise on the fact that you're never going to do films or television ever. No, that's not true. So it's you can do
sail in both,
you know, like Saif. Does that mean that Saif is not going to do films anymore? It's not so.
Yeah, I think it works. You know, like I said, happy space for all actors, writers, directors. Makes me very happy. That's why I get very happy when I see people like Sachin as well. He's got this film out now. He's already going to be on the verge of maybe doing one more. But when you started this film, and you know, you have Arbaaz Khan on board, so you know, you've ticked off a few boxes. You got Amit Saad there. You got you know, Sonal. You there. You've got that basic setup. Doing the film, was that a cakewalk then?
Yeah, basically thing was that my main intention was that I want to do this film. It speaks about why love dies when the chase is over.
Yeah.
शादी के बाद husband और wife के बीच की relation में अनबनी क्यों हो जाती है, दूरियां क्यों हो जाती है,
boredom क्यों आ जाता है,
yeah, priorities क्यों बदल जाती है, आदमी पैसा, नाम, शोहरत के पीछे क्यों भागता है, end of the day उसको अपने family को खुश ही रखना है. So that was the thought, and it was I think so हर किसी की ज़िंदगी का एक thought है. इसलिए मुझे फिल्म बनानी थी. जब मैं प्रोड्यूसर को अप्रोच कर चुका था, जब उन्होंने हाँ बोल दिया था, द सेकेंड मेन टारगेट वाज दैट कि मुझे इस फिल्म को जो है एक सर्टन बजट में कंप्लीट करना था. उस बजट में मुझे उस फिल्म को उससे बड़ी दिखानी थी. सो व्हेन आई गेट गुड एक्टर्स, जैसे कि अरबाज सर है, अमित है, सोनल है, सो दे नो देयर जॉब. सो मैंने उनको जो समझाया था, उन्होंने उस तरीके से मुझे ऑन टाइम इन टाइम करके दे दिया. सो जब आपके पास एक अच्छे मजे हुए एक्टर्स होते हैं और चीज़ें जो है टाइम के अंदर कंप्लीट हो जाती हैं, तो आपका बजट जो है सस्टेंड हो जाता है, सॉरी कंट्रोल हो जाता है. आपको सस्टेन करने के लिए फिर बाकी की टेक्नोलॉजी जो है, तो फिल्म को हमने एटमॉस बनाया, हमने फिल्म को जो है,
it's a very good looking film also, I have to add that.
Yeah.
The colors are great.
People are
It's
liking the
looking very
promos
nice.
from what I get to know. There are the promos that are out. They find it like a fun, light-hearted, like a comedy, but there's much more to it.
No, of course. But like I said, you know, I like films that are good-looking films also. The color palettes are good. It's nice and bright. It's interesting. It's come out well like that. Like you said, kam mein zyada dikhana. You've been able to do that.
Yeah, obviously, he might say that. And thing was that it's a rom.
हमको भी कम में ज़्यादा करा है.
उसके लिए तो अलग कहानी है, अभी रुको ना.
When it comes to romance, आप जब प्यार में होते हैं तो आपको चीज़ें खूबसूरत दिखती हैं. तो जब चीज़ें खूबसूरत दिखती है तो आपको उस तरीके से उस चीज़ों को प्रेजेंट भी करना पड़ता है. So that's the main intention. इसलिए पिक्चर बहुत फ्रेश लग रही है. Even we have shot the film in Goa. जब मैं पहली बार गोवा गया था और वहाँ पे जो हमारा प्रोडक्शन संभाल रहा था, तो मैंने उसको स्ट्रिक्टली बोल दिया था कि मुझे ये मीन्स वो गोवा की चीज़ें दिखाऊं जहाँ पे फिल्म शूट ना हुई हो.
Which is very tough, by the way, because गोवा में ऐसे कोई वर्जिन बीचेस तो कोई बची नहीं है. Arbaaz Khan के बारे में बताओ. You know, you hear about this man which you have watched in your days when you were aspiring to be a filmmaker. When you're out there, you know what he is, you know what he's done. He's been through his ups and downs, and you're out there. कोई झिझक और या फिर immediately there was a great bond.
Yeah, that happens with Arbaaz भाई. तो पक्का सबके साथ ही होता है. पहली चीज़ ये है कि Arbaaz भाई is a producer, he's a director, he's an actor. तो जितने एलिमेंट्स फिल्म के अंदर होती है उन्होंने सब इन चीज़ों से गुजरे हैं, देखा है. सो ही वॉज ऑलवेज सपोर्टिव. कुछ भी दिक्कत हो जाती थी तो मैं पहले अरबाज भाई के पास चला जाता कि सर ये प्रॉब्लम है, ये इस तरीके से है. सो ही ऑलवेज हेल्प मी आउट. तो ही इज़ अ फैंटास्टिक एक्टर, बट उससे भी ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट होता है एक अच्छा इंसान होना. वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट होता है. सो मैं ये बोलूँगा कि अरबाज भाई इज़ द बेस्ट ह्यूमन बीइंग.
So sweet.
जिसको मैं
which is kind of tough to do in a very cutthroat kind of industry, you know. I mean, you come from this, you carry this big surname, you have this big family, people think a certain thing about you, you know. So they anyway have like 50% of the, you know, fill in the blanks is done with you when you land up on a set.
See, you know, when somebody like Sachin comes, who's making his debut film, you know, and I have been there many years back, and I see the enthusiasm that they have, the passion that they have, and the sincerity that they have, you can't help but, you know, notice that and say, you know what, I'll do whatever I can in my capacity. I am otherwise also a professional. Tomorrow I've had experiences with producers and directors who have not been comfortable because of they've been unprofessional at times, or maybe they've not delivered things that they've promised. And yet I have gone through the whole thing saying, you know what, I'm not going to make too much of a scene here. Where I need to say something, I do. And let me get out of this scenario. Probably next time around, until my conditions are met, I'm not going to work with them. Or probably never work with them irrespective. But with him, with the sincerity and hard work that he was putting in, I was just there as a professional. And then as a colleague, you know, I was trying to help him out if he ever needed. I never threw my weight around, which is, you know, like, you know, okay, fine, I'm senior, or I've been around for a longer time, I know what I'm talking, I know what I'm doing. I kind of surrendered to whatever he wanted, because he has a vision. I'm an actor that needs to be molded. So if he wants me to do a certain scene in a particular way, like like when he came to me, one aspect which I was a little hesitant, because but it was like, you know, okay, this guy he's a married man. And, you know, he has taken life a little easy. So he's also taken his life easy, his health easy. He's gone, you know, from being a guy when he was romancing the girlfriend to marrying, he was a little more, probably in his in those days, he was more fitter. But he kind of let himself loose. He kind of put on weight, and he lost the passion in life and got more into business. I would request you to put on like maybe 5-6 kilos from what you are. So, you know, I said, all right. Because I was
that's the easy part, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the easy part. No, but you know, as on screen, when I look at myself, that's probably the heaviest I have ever been on any of my films. And sometimes, like, only for my own thing, but I'm like, you know, fine, at the end of the day, that was a request. That was a request of the character, and that was the demand of the director, that, you know what, I want you to look like you would have lost interest in life, or the woman in your life would have probably lost interest in you, and vice versa. For that, you've also to get physically maybe not looking so appealing as you used to look.
Which happens a lot in real life, boss.
I remember when I had got married, I think both of us, even Malaika was so particular about the health. I think in the first 6-8 months of our marriage, we put on, like, she put on 3-4 kilos and I put on 8 kilos. Because you were invited to all, you know, dawats and this and that, and we were not so conscious about like food and carbs and protein and, you know, meat.
ये सब तो अब हो गया बहुत.
अब हो गया है. जो लोगों को जिससे पहले अट्टे-कट्टे हमारे एक्टर्स भी बड़े हेल्दी होते थे, उनको कोई 6-पैक एब्स वगैरह नहीं थे. तो वो कॉन्शियसनेस आ गया, तो वो हो जाता है टेंडेंसी. अगर आप नहीं खाओ तो बुरा मानते हैं लोग हमारे हिंदुस्तान में. जो आज लोग अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं,
आज तो बोल सकते हैं खुद का केक काट के I'm on a diet, but I'm just feed you a little.
Yeah. So times have changed. Like, everything changes with time, and, you know, you make those corrections. So that's how it was.
We take a little break and come right back. Don't go anywhere. Jack and Dil it is. All right, you're back on Star Store with me, Salil, Arbaaz Khan, and Sachin with his debut film. It doesn't look like he's when I say debut film, as a director. But people who spend a lot of time in the industry, you know, when you've been around, today there's no such thing as a first timer, because it's probably just the first time you're hearing his name. So that's the way I'll put it. Am I right?
Yeah.
Because now, you know, there's no such thing as the very first. You don't just land up on a film set and say कि चलो आज में हम लोग picture बनाते हैं. ऐसा नहीं होता आजकल. It's a very different process. A little bit of your history that the world doesn't know.
Basically, मैंने थिएटर किया है. आई हैव ग्रेजुएटेड फ्रॉम थिएटर फ्रॉम CPA सेंटर फॉर परफॉर्मिंग आर्ट्स. देन आई शिफ्टेड टू FTI एंड देन आई केम टू मुंबई, जहाँ पे मैंने लगभग 14 साल इंडस्ट्री को दिए एज एन असिस्टेंट, एज अ असिस्टेंट राइटर. देन आई स्टार्टेड माई ओन वर्क. तो कुछ एड्स बनाए, कुछ वीडियोस बनाए. देन आई डिड वन फिल्म एंड नाउ दिस फिल्म.
तो क्या आज भी हर एक बिहाइंड द सीन्स DOP, even script writers, even editors, even cameramen, and assistant directors, it's still the ultimate dream to have a Bollywood film? Because a lot of my friends I know whose films haven't done so well, they're doing fantastically well in ads. There's great money in ads. They can create a lot of things that they want. Is film still the ultimate?
Yeah, basically that's the main thing which we came for. मीन्स बचपन में ऐड देख के हमने ये नहीं कहा कि चलो अब ऐड बनाने जाते हैं. जैसे कि बचपन में फिल्म देखा, फिल्म बनानी है. जब पढ़ रहे थे हमें फिल्म बनानी है. ऐसा किसी ने सपना नहीं देखा कि मुझे एड्स बनानी है. सो दैट्स एन अनदर ऑप्शन फॉर यू. इट्स फॉर अ ब्रेड एंड बटर. लेकिन एंड ऑफ द डे सबका इंटेंशन एक ही होता है कि एक फिल्म बनानी है.
I think the recognition to a larger extent is more supposedly attached to the fact that you're associated with cinema. So that's where that's also the reason a lot of ad filmmakers, no matter how much they've achieved over a period of time, and in their own circles, how much they have been regarded and felicitated, they still want to come into movies to direct and to this thing.
Pradeep Sarkar is a prime example of that.
Many of them, so many of them,
But so is it also dangerous? Like, is film for a director, is it very dangerous? You've been on the other side. Actors keep getting more chances. It's like, batting and bowling. As a batsman, you get one ball to get out. Bowlers can keep bowling. Is it dangerous? Sometimes, if your film doesn't work, you might not get work.
I don't know whether you'll not get work at all, but it gets difficult. See, people also appreciate, and they have that. See, people are not in the industry without knowing who has the craft and who has the, who knows his job, maybe a very successful director might also not get work because they may attribute the success to other reasons, So, it could be the actor, or it could be the music, or it could be a very good script.
Yeah, that's a very big reason,
But there are a lot of directors who've also got their second chances and probably third chances because people have seen that they could deliver. They've made great films and they know they have command over the craft and they know different mediums, around which they can collaborate and work. So those kind of directors do get opportunities and people want to work with them. There have been hundreds of examples of people who've worked with directors who've not given very successful films. They've never given 100 crore films, but they were very excited to work with them. That also happens. So I don't think there's too much of fear.
You personally, Arbaaz, I've seen people who, once they've gone behind the chair, they love being in control of so many things. They find it very empty to just be an actor again.
Yes, to some extent that's true, and you see that's why the transition when it happened, a lot of actors have turned to be directors. It's happened in Hollywood, it's happened here, and because maybe because when you join the film industry, I don't think anybody can be restricted to doing only that one thing that they started off doing. So if you were like an actor, you want to produce, you want to distribute, you want to maybe write a script, you want to direct a film, you want to encourage new talent, so many things, you don't restrict yourself. You want to write a song maybe. So, but once you come into that scenario which is behind the scenes, there is a certain amount of more control that you have. See, as an actor, I am to a certain extent restricted to
his vision,
of the vision. I can maybe vary it in the character that I'm playing and expand on that, but I don't have control over the entire scene. Where it is going to be placed, who are the other actors going to be there, how the scene is going to be written. I've just been directed to do my job. But as a director, I have control over the whole thing. So it's a holistic kind of a scenario. So that power that you exhibit, where you feel, I decide what scenes, what movements and what editing patterns and everything, what locations, what costumes, I decide that. Once you get into that power game, it's very exciting,
Yeah, giving up a few things here and there. Why are you a good actor, but Sachin?
I'm a very bad actor.
Yeah, you're a bad.
I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing was, it's very simple. अब जब छोटे होते हो तो आपका यही सपना होता है कि मुझे एक्टिंग करनी है, अमिताभ बच्चन बनना है. तब ये कोई डिसाइड नहीं करता कि मुझे राज कपूर बनना है या मुझे सुभाष घाई बनना है. तो सबका एक ही इंटेंशन होता है कि यार मुझे फिल्मों में काम करना है. देन धीरे धीरे व्हेन आई केम टू CPA सेंटर फॉर परफॉर्मिंग आर्ट्स, तो वहाँ पे मुझे पता चला कि नहीं, दैट्स नॉट माय कप ऑफ टी। ये बहुत काम मुश्किल है।
थैंक यू।
बहुत मुश्किल
किया
काम।
और कई बार बहुत लोग इसको नजरअंदाज कर देते हैं। एक्टर का क्या है, आके बोलना ही तो है डायलॉग।
नहीं, डायरेक्टर का जो काम होता है ना, एज सर सेड ना, आपको अच्छे लोग हायर करने, यू हैव टू हायर गुड पीपल्स। जो डायरेक्टर का काम होता है कम्युनिकेट करना, इट्स अ कम्युनिकेशन।
Beautiful,
अगर आपने पर्टिकुलरली एक अच्छा कैमरामैन हायर किया, साउंड डिज़ाइनर हायर किया, अच्छा असिस्टेंट हायर किया, बिकॉज इट एंड ऑफ द डे इट्स अ टीम वर्क। आपका कम्युनिकेशन ठीक से रहा, सब ने आपकी चीज़ें समझ ली ना, तो आपको ये आसान रहता है। सो मेरे लिए डायरेक्टर, कामयाब डायरेक्टर वो हैं जिन्होंने अपनी टीम को अच्छी तरह से हायर किया।
I'll just elaborate on this point.
Of course.
You know, there is a misconception where there is a tendency for supposedly people who have become directors to have this, that, you know, I know it all. I do it all. I do the writing, I teach the acting, I know about costumes, I know about camera work, I know about angles, I know everything, and I'm a director. But I had met a director when I was working on a film, and he, you know, when you were in the film institute, you get to make your student films and all that, and the older actors who passed out from there kind of oblige and they go to do these films for those, you know, those people. So Shekhar Kapoor had done one of those films for one of the directors that I was working for.
Okay.
And he was narrating an incident, said, okay, when Shekhar Kapoor was on my set, I was like all over the place. And getting behind the cameraman, getting behind this, getting behind that, doing this, telling the actor, whatever. He said he called me down and he asked me, what are you doing? So he says, who are you on the set? He's saying, I'm the director. So he said, yeah, that's right. So your job is to direct, not to do it. So basically, you have to let people know what you want.
Delegation is important.
Let the cameraman tell him what you want. Then he has learnt it. He's gone to film school. He's he's lived half his life through a lens. He knows what is to be done. When you hire a good costume director, you tell him the script, you tell him what you want, then they decide what you want. You just select. You select a performance, you select a frame, you select everything. You have to just control the whole atmosphere. You're not supposed to do it. Otherwise, if you're going to tell a DOP who's the director of photography that put a 50 and put it low angle, he's not going to like it, because it's his job to say, okay, fine, give me your vision and I will give you the visual language of the entire film. So that's how you got to trust professionals. People who don't do that, it's not a cool thing.
Yeah, but it's very, very important. And I'll just say, you know, a lot of people say, yaar, ye dance bahut acha hua. You know, the choreographer directs the songs also.
Yes.
A lot of that is also that vision over there. So every part is different. There's an action director, there's a separate part, you know, so everything comes together.
With the director controlling, saying what he wants.
Yes.
So then he has people to do it for him. Like, this is the ambience, this is the scenario, this is the mood, this is what I want my characters to do, and then the choreographer understands and does it. So you're overlooking everything,
course,
but you're not doing it. You're just telling people what you want. You're directing them to do what they want, which they're good at. That's why for a particular song you take a Farah, for a particular song maybe you'll take Saroji, for a particular song you'll take Prabhudeva.
Specialists.
You know, you take that, you know. For songs you'll take maybe Sukhwinder Singh for one song, for Sonu Nigam for another song, or so-and-so Aman Malik for another song. So you know what you want.
Very good for you, to have a director, producer, everything on site. He understands the pain and the dard that a person can go through. Just before we leave, अब तुमने picture देख ली है. Are you satisfied?
Yeah, 100%. End of the day, it's my baby.
It is.
Yeah, I'm very satisfied. Now let's audience decide.
But that's fine, as long as, like I said, there's great communication between the two of you also. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Good luck, Sachin. See you soon.
Thank you.
And remember, Jack and Dil it is. You got to go check it out and see how it is there. And then thereafter, there's no more discussion. There, the verdict comes out, box office collections are out there, and then you move on to the next. Till the next time, take care. And B4U Entertainment, all our videos are out the week of release always. So make sure you go check them out.